In this assignment, I will give a presentation of the short story The Black Cat, written by Edgar Allan Poe in 1843. I will start giving a short summary. So the story is basically about a man who loves animals a lot. And when he gets older, he gets married with a nice woman and they buy a lot of animals together. One of the animals is a cat called Pluto, who becomes his best friend. But sadly, because he starts drinking and become an alcohol, he gets crazy and mad and start to kill his animals, except for Pluto because it's his best friend. But Pluto is afraid of him, so he avoiding the man. And the man doesn't like that and therefore kills that. Hello. He ends up hanging it to a tree. Then some months passed and he missed Pluto. He then finds a new cat who looks exactly like Pluto, except from this white mark. Yeah. But soon he finds a dislike to this new cat. He tried to kill it, but his wife gets in the way. He ends up killing his wife instead of the cat. So he used a lot of time to hide the body, and he succeeds. But then a cry from the cat will reveal where the body is hid, and then the story ends. I like to talk a little about the man's changing. Yeah, the man's changing his character. Because in the beginning he is like a normal guy. Like in this, I was especially found for animals. With these I spent most of my time and never was so happy as when feeding and caressing them. So he was a normal guy, he get married, totally normal. Then sadly, for what disease is like alcohol. I mean, he started to drink, started to get mad and furious and talks evil to his wife, I think what you. And then he started, like I said before, killing his animal. Then because Pluto is afraid, he's avoiding, and he doesn't like that, so he ended up hanging it. But he feels good. He feels guilty about it, and you can see that here. Hung it because I knew that in so doing I was committing a sin. And I was aroused from sleep by the cry of. No, that was not it. Oh well, there was a time where he said something about guilt, but I can't find it. But he knows that he had done a terrible sin. He knows it's bad. He knows it's wrong. He shouldn't do this. So yeah, and he don't think he will be forgiven by the most merciful and most terrible God because of what he had done. So some months passed and he started to miss Pluto. But in other way, it's like he become more normal again. And during this period that came back into my spirit a half sensitive that seemed but was not remorsed. It's like when the cat was not near anymore, and I think he become more sensitive and he's back again to normal. Kind of close to. But then he found this new cat with this white mark, and there's a connection between the cat and the man. It's like every time he's together with the cat, he gets mad. For example, this. For my own part, I soon found a dislike to its residing within me. And there was also I was yet within. Okay, he wanted to kill it. He hated the beast, or the cat. And every time he's together with it, he become evil. Evil thought become my soul imaging, the darkness and the most evil of the thought. And when he's not together with it, he is kind of happy. Like, it is impossible to describe or to imagine the deep, the blissful sense of relief with the absence of the distant creature. And my happiness was supreme. So he's happy when it's not there. And yeah. And not because this cat is not normal. Then I will talk about the gothic element, and that of course the cat. The cat's name is Pluto, who could also be Hades in other names. And I would guess it resembles death and darkness, because Hades is the god of the underworld, the god of death. It's where the soul ends up. It ends up in the underworld. And but it could also be represent. It could also represent punishment, because like this. This was just a revenge of what I had anticipated, but I know not how and why it is. He thinks it is a revenge for what he have done, a kind of a punishment, this cat, and I think too, because again, every time the cat is together with him, he gets mad and evil, and when he's not, he's happy again. Plus, we have this mark. It was, now I say, the imagine of hideous, of a ghastly thing, of the gallows. So the mark changed to this, to the gallows, and we know that the man hung his own cat earlier, so maybe it's justice, revenge. There is something mysterious about this cat, and that is why it's gothic. The other is romance, and that could be like religion. I mean, he's talk about God here, and committing a sin, which is religion. Also, this, I knew myself no longer. My ordinary soul seemed at once to take its flight from my body, and more than fiendis, something. Well, he talked about his soul leaving his body because he doesn't know himself anymore. He's not himself. And then we have, of course, the guilty, which also kind of religion. You know, the guilt about doing something bad, and therefore I think it's the religion that's romance, and because in the end, sat the hideous beast whose craft had seduced me into murder, and whose informing voice had considered me to the hangman. The cat is the reason why why the police find the bodies. So he had made a crime, and now he had to pay for it. Like in religion, if you do something bad, you have to make it up in some way, or punishment, whatever you choose, what happened. So I guess that was it. I think. Done.